Oh, yeah.
Perfecto.
Hey, Facebook friends. Yeah, I know I have to rotate my device. We're just setting up the studio. You're getting to fly on the wall, behind the scenes. Look at our interview. Later, you're going to go to YouTube and you're going to look it up there. Okay, let me go to Instagram. And if you want, you can put it. You can give her a camera. You can go live if you want to see one of your friends. Whatever you guys want to do.
Whatever you want. I'm here for the experience and moral support.
All right. How do I do live on this one? Oh, there it is. Okay,
Nice.
live. Checking connection. Oh, it's backwards. Let's see, how did I do it last time?
Just gotta get nice and creative with it, yeah.
That's too close, huh? I put this one right there. Put that one there. Oh, I know. I can turn this all around because that's fucking backwards. How did I get it? I'm totally tripping now. Oh, I know. It's this way. Okay, my my Instagram friends are being tossed around and turned around. Hi, wave at Anthony. Okay, we're going live. This is the fly on the wall scene. Jaden, my bro here, is going to be interviewed with me. We're going to have a dialogue on life and living and
Just a good
amazingness.
old time.
Oh, shizzle. Okay, Anthony.
Nice. Look at that.
Let's do this one this way.
Perfect.
Oh. I should set this up all before they get all these.
Boom.
Okay, can you see both of us? Oh yeah. Get that screen off. Oh, how do you do that? You have to name it or something?
Not sure.
Oh fuck.
I don't think you do.
It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen on Instagram. Technical issues on my camera. There we go.
Boom. We're good right there.
This is a fly on the wall look. We have another Facebook fly on the wall, and we're going to say hi to Aaron. And then we're going to get the real camera going. And one thing we want to make sure is that it doesn't turn off. This one sometimes turns off. Okay, we got the mic on. Let's see if we're centered.
Looks
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Nice.
Let me try this red light. If it gets too hot, we'll turn it off. She was talking about lighting. She had this really elaborate lighting.
Interesting.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone.
Hello.
Welcome. We are live from the Kudo Neko Cafe, which is the all-age group welcome show of Live from Normal Heights. And I have Jaden with me.
What's up, Tim?
Jaden.
Cheers, my
Cheers.
friend. You finally got it done, huh?
So do you use your name just Jaden in your stage name, or do you use your last name?
I use Jaden right now. I'm
That's
still
cool.
figuring it out. Like, I
Me
mean,
too.
The whole business of things. I know people have stage names and they put real thought into it, but for now, I'm just gonna keep it genuine and just be me. I'm trying to be 100% me. You know, whatever that is. You know. So that's why I'm just gonna stick with Jaden until some guy's like, "Hey, how about this?" And
Yeah,
I'll keep my options open though. You know.
When I first started doing singing songwriting, I just went Timothy. My first album was Timothy.
Really.
And the reason I did that is because Jewel was all popular, and I thought,
Uh-huh.
just Jewel and Sting. I love Sting, so
Mhm.
it's like everyone had single names back then. Oh, Seal, I love Seal too.
Yeah.
So everyone was like single names. I'm like, let's just do Timothy. And then after a while, I moved to Japan,
Yeah.
and then I wrote a novel, which that's the novel cover right there.
Oh wow. Oh, I was wondering about that. I was about to ask you
That's
about
that's a famous artist, but he wasn't famous. He was in his garage in Huntington Beach.
that.
And then he started becoming famous and he never finished. So I have the unfinished work of Michael Goddard on my novel cover because he never finished it.
So dope.
And he only charged me $750, but he did Dishwalla's CD after he got famous, and he charged like millions of dollars for Dishwalla's CD. I don't know how much money.
So that's a
So
steal.
and he says someday he's gonna finish if I can track him down. He's in Las Vegas all the time. So someday I'm gonna catch him.
Yeah. You're like, hey, finish your work.
So then in my novel, I had the punk rock kid. He decides to take his wife's name. So when I went to Japan, I got married to a Japanese. I decided to take her name, so I was Tim Janakis.
Wow.
No, that's my name now.
Right.
I was
right,
Tim
right.
Harada.
Harada.
which is easy to pronounce, and people don't know if it's Japanese or Spanish because there's Harada and Harada. So people like really remembered that because just Timothy, like they searched Timothy and there's like Timothy this person, Timothy that person. It was really hard to find me. But then I put Timothy Harada. People like remembered that in Japan, and it made my rating go up on YouTube when I did YouTube under Tim Harada.
Wow.
But then I got a divorce. I'm like, fuck, I can't use.
So how long ago was that when you started
like
doing that?
Like a million years ago.
Well, like, is that you talking about 2000s? You talking about like like 2000, what, like 7-ish, like?
Yeah, actually, I got married in 2007. My first wife.
Wow, so you were on YouTube like when that shit was like first like coming
I
out?
actually wasn't. I was on. What was I on? CD Baby.
Wow.
I was on. Yeah, I just started to use YouTube a little bit, but I wasn't. It was mostly for like little goofy because everything back then.
Yeah,
was
everything was just like home
video, like goofy stuff.
Yeah,
it wasn't
exactly. It wasn't serious.
No. And then everyone started making it all really nice, and I'm like, I'm not into that. It's not YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
So I would purposely like go to not make it professional, just
Exactly.
to make it look fucked up and shit.
Yeah. Just to troll it.
So when did you start writing music?
Good God. Well, I got a little scholarly for theater at USD, and my parents were taking that, and so I moved out, and I wanted to make money, but I couldn't get a job, so I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go busk, because I seen other people do. I'm like, I can sing just as good. I couldn't, but now I can.
Yeah,
but I had the fucking balls. Sometimes I wonder how I had the audacity to start, but it was just covers, right? My favorite songs, and then people are like, do you write? And I'm like, no, but I can. Like, I always just have this mindset, like, I can do anything I want if I just put my mind to it.
That's what I knew.
I know. I see you open mics, bro. You literally pick up any instrument you want. You're just, who the fuck is this guy? And let me tell you, people think you're a wacko, and I love it.
I love that thing too.
And I'm just like, dude, people, like, sometimes I get annoyed at your energy, but for me, I'm like, I need that. I need someone like this around.
Well, the crazy thing is my YouTube videos, when I made them serious, when I started making them serious, they weren't going anywhere. And then I did some crazy shit, like, what did I do? Oh, the flat earth thing was going on. I started doing some flat earth, but not for it, but against it. And then my channel started getting some crazy people. Then I started talking about past life regression and who I was in my past life and started channeling and stuff. And that's when it started taking off. I'm like, okay, people don't want me to be normal. So I started to be like abnormal. That's why it's called Life from Normal Heights, because it's really weird.
Yeah.
But it's more of just, it's not a show, because weird, actually, do you know the definition of weird is?
Tell me.
Of fate and destiny, and the second definition is inspiring a sense of the supernatural.
Wow.
That's the dictionary definition of weird.
Yeah.
So when anyone says I'm weird now, it's like, fucking thank you, dude.
Thank God. I appreciate your compliment.
So how long did you have to write before you actually got a song out? Trying to write. Like freaking...
Honestly, I'm barely putting my songs up now. Like,
Okay.
I always have just been performing it live because... For me, it was just a way to make money to get through college.
Yeah.
Because college is stupid expensive, man. So I'm just like, doing that. But I'm in a studio now, like a professional
cool.
at Studio West, and
I gotta find out.
you gotta check it out. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm actually gonna bring you in one of these days. Throw some sax on there. meet some of the homies.
Okay.
But now it's so dope, man. I was in there yesterday actually. I'm recording a song. I'll play it for you today.
Okay.
But shit, man, like. I've always had good reviews in terms of like just singing it live. I'm like, that was original. People were like, that was really good. So now it's just at the point where I got to take the next step in my journey of being a musician and putting it out. Because then I have places like bars and
they want to put your CD up there, or they want to put something.
They want me to get in there and play for them.
Yeah,
it's just like they need to show their boss something. I'm like, I got you. Let me take care of that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep busking and doing my thing. But I know this isn't like where I'm gonna end. Like, I feel it in my heart that like I'm gonna continue to go further if I just keep pushing it. Because every time I have,
One thing I really like about you, the first time I met you was a year and a half ago at Open Mic. You just came back from like making $800 at Balboa Park.
Oh man!
And you were like glowing because you were like, I just fucking made $800 fucking
dollars.
And I've
that
only
was
made...
when I was like 18, dude. I was like, oh man, or 19, 19.
Yeah, wow.
Oh wow, that was a good time.
Wow. Okay, so you are 21 now.
Yes, I'm 21.
Okay.
21. Just
I thought it was a year and a half ago. Anyway, that's funny. No, but yeah, I've always liked that you always seem really positive because I know I've bust so many times and sometimes I'll be like, fuck, I can't take it anymore, I'll just
Oh,
back
trust
up.
me, man. I feel you.
People are fucking so negative sometimes.
Oh no, they
Sometimes
are.
you get really good people though.
Yeah, all the time, for sure. But it's got to the point for me where it's like, I gotta keep myself grounded, and whenever someone gives me a compliment, I gotta remember to be like, hey, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you gotta be humble.
You gotta be humble, because, like, this is like, I've had so much altercations, man. I had people rob me. I've had people, like, try to sing on my shit and they're drunk. I've had people be like, bro, you suck. Like, what are you doing? I had people, like, come up to me and just cry and be like, that was beautiful. And I'm like, and all that shit just affects me in different ways. But at the end of the day, I can't think about what other people think of me because I always try to remind myself that this makes me happy and this makes me money. So if I could be happy and make money, I don't see what the problem is. And the music is what really drives me because it makes me feel the type of way.
Yeah.
So whether if other people do fuck with it, great. If they don't, then oh well, because like other people's opinion of you to me is like not your business.
No.
None of your business.
I fucking love that you say that because I learned what's called access consciousness, and actually in access consciousness, they say 99.999% of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions don't belong to you.
Mm.
And the reason your head's on top is because you're like a satellite dish and you're picking up. So when there's people are negative around you, you start feeling negative. You're like, if you realize this is not my thought, someone's projecting this on me, and I just send it back with full awareness.
Yes, yeah.
And then you can have your own. I'm choosing happiness, man.
Exactly, 100%.
Because I'm here to entertain people and make people smile and make people laugh and make people cry. That's what I fucking do.
Yes.
And that's so hard sometimes, but I really admire that you keep doing it.
And you know what? It honestly stemmed from acting. I picked up a guitar because I did acting in high school. See, the thing was, I was actually supposed to play football. I got a shitty little D2 scholarship at Washington, Puget Sound. Really bad school. Like, not bad, but like, it wasn't for me. And I was like, everybody wanted me to go there just to keep going. But I was just like, I came off an injury, which is why I lost like all Division I scholarships.
Oh, wow.
So I was in theater.
Oh, you were doing sports too?
I was doing sports and theater.
What sport?
Football.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was playing like tight end and linebacker. Those were the days. Those were great times.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I was just doing theater for the Easy A, and then she'd throw me in because I'm like, I take all the leads because I'm like this handsome guy or whatever, and I'm like, cool, I'll take it, I don't care.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun to me. And then
drama's kick-ass.
Drama's fucking dope.
I was shy in high school, but I loved the drama department, so I played in the saxophone in the back of the band.
That's so dope.
But all the girls were so cute, and I wanted to flirt with them, but I was too shy, and they all liked me because I played the saxophone.
Yes.
And I just wanted to be around them girls at
What
the
a
drama
fucking
department.
savage.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that. But yeah, so like...
I wish I had more guts back then, like to flirt with the girls, but I was so shy as a kid.
God, I feel you, man. Man, no. What acting taught me was how to manipulate people's emotions through true honesty within yourself. So when you get a character, you feel like you obviously be the character, but you want to be yourself in the character. So whatever you feel that you can relate to with that character, you bring it out. There's so much that goes into acting, but when I'm on stage, I've made people cry, laugh, get angry, and I'm like, that shit's so cool. And then when I started busking, I was like, holy shit, I can do the same thing through singing. Acting and singing is so much the same. Like, that's why you see a lot of actors are singers. A lot of singers are actors, you know?
Yeah.
And, it's so fun.
Johnny Depp fucking sings really good.
Dude, so many actors sing so good.
I was tripped out when he was on that chocolate one. I'm like, fuck, that's Johnny Depp singing?
Dude, Johnny Depp's a
He's
goddamn...
got a fucking voice.
Poor Johnny Depp, his wife or his ex-wife
Oh,
cut
really?
off his finger.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Dude, there's this thing. I'm not gonna make sure. I think I know the facts on this, but like, don't hold me on it. What I know. What I know is that she kept holding like accusations against him, saying like he's gonna beat him, he's beating her or whatever. And the next thing you know, she's the one who like fucking like put him in a hospital, like cut his finger off because she's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he has a whole finger missing, bro.
So guitar. He played guitar. Didn't he play guitar?
He played guitar. He's obviously like a phenomenal actor.
These are all third-degree concrete burns. I flipped my car. My hand went out the window. If my hand didn't hit the cement before my head would hit the cement. Because I flipped it going sideways, fell asleep in Compton, went to Compton Memorial Hospital. And it was just bleeding profusely, and I had a shirt wrapped around it.
my
and on
God.
Sunday in the Compton Memorial Hospital, all these drug addicts are in there. This is in the late back days, man. And friggin' one lady's all like, I drank Comet. She kept talking to me. I'm like friggin' bleeding.
You're like, ow.
I went to the nurse lady. I'm like, I'm gonna pass out. She's like, everybody's here on emergency. You just sit down in the corner. You just wait your turn. And I was freaking bleeding, man.
You're like, I'm gonna die.
Sorry to cut you off, but yeah.
No, that's fucking great.
Johnny Depp, wow, he had that shit. Yeah, I'm so glad. I was worried because I couldn't play my sax for a while.
I'd be worried too.
I couldn't feel the tips of my finger on guitar or sax.
No.
And I'm a piano player, so piano was my main instrument for a while, and sax was my best, and then it goes back and forth because sometimes I get into playing piano more, and then I get really good at it, and then my sax gets bad.
So how did you start getting into music? Because I mean.
Oh, I started playing I started playing the recorder, which I have the recorder somewhere over there. When I was 6 years old, and I performed at the Shrine Auditorium, which is where they have the Grammys. And I was in a children's group where we did a Christmas thing. It was for the Buddhist organization I'm in. And I freaking left my recorder at the park where we practiced the day before, and I didn't realize it until we went to the show, and we were all going on stage, and I said, and I was so shy I didn't tell him, and my mom's going, just tell him, it's okay, they'll still let you go on. They'll give you something to hold, or maybe they have an extra one. So I told the director, and he says, it's okay, you're way up on stage, just kind of do air recorder, and you're going to be marching in a circle with little kids. They're not going to see you don't have a recorder. I'm like, okay. So that was my first live performance with no. so you know what I was doing?
What a great musical experience.
I was humming the part, and that's when I realized I could do. You saw me do that. Yeah. I do different instruments. Yeah. I do trumpet solos and stuff. People are like, who's fucking playing the trumpet? That's like me on the hand and shit.
Yeah, I do that too. That thing. Yeah, that's so funny. Damn, man.
So yeah, I actually took 15 years to write my first song. I wanted to be a singer-songwriter from 10 years old, and
And how old were you when you started?
When I was 10 years old when I first started, really decided that's going to be my dream.
Wow.
And for 15 years I learned French horn, trumpet, saxophone, guitar. I took every music theory thing I can find. I read books. Back then there wasn't any internet, so
so you had to
I tried to learn how to write music, and I would write a little bit, but then I would judge it, so I would no, this isn't good, and then I would write a little, this is not good. But I had like these little parts where I thought were good, but I never can finish a full song. And I actually, when I flipped my car, I set a date to either kill myself or to quit my Buddhist practice. And it was a week before that I flipped my car, and then in the hospital, I wrote my first song. And it was the only song I've ever written in this life that has no rhymes.
Sometimes, most of the time, songs don't even need rhymes.
All my songs kind of rhyme after that, but this one didn't have any rhymes. And when I went to Japan and I played it for the people in Japan, they said, this is an ancient folk singing style from Okinawa. And I'm like, what the fuck? So when I play the song, it has no rhymes because Japanese has no rhymes, Spanish has no rhymes. Yeah. Only English is the only language that rhymes in music.
Wow.
So I was writing, I felt now that I know, because I did a healing show, I know that I can channel. I was channeling someone, and now that I got used to that idea that I am channeling, because a lot of famous singers say that I don't write the song, they just come through me. Mm-hmm. Once you open up enough wisdom and open compassion and stuff, and trying to get the song will come through you. Mm-hmm. And that's what you'll feel. You'll start getting these downloads. I'll go for a while without writing anything, and all of a sudden I'll get 20 downloads, and all these songs will come out. Wow. I'm like, whoa, where the fuck did that come from?
Wow. So tell me, how was Japan the only place you visited? You've been in plenty other places, haven't you?
I visited just Mexico and Japan. And I've only I performed in Seattle, Washington. Supposed to perform in Madison Square Gardens, but I didn't get the money, so the band went and I didn't go. Oh. I performed in Epcot Center doing a parade. I performed a couple other states, but I've only been to a few states. And then I performed all throughout Japan in almost 200 cities. Went from the north of Japan all the way to almost the
How did the culture of Japan affect your music, personally?
I started really liking Japanese music, and I started singing Japanese music.
Really?
And then
what does that sound like? What is it?
I'll try to do a Japanese song after.
Really?
I'll do you do a song, and then I'll do a Japanese song, because I've never done a Japanese song on the show.
Yeah.
So I started doing Japanese songs, and people would walk by and look over and be like, that's a fucking white guy. And they would go, no, he's Japanese. I'm like, but he looks white. And they would go, are you Japanese? And I'm like, No.
No.
But they said my voice when I sing is exactly like a Japanese person. They said it's so fluent that because I had a lot of people like tell me, no, you got to change this. This is.
So you took it, yeah.
Yeah, and being an actor, being someone who listens, you can understand where a language that has no diphthong is really hard for English speaking people because we say, ao, and we go oh at the end. Ao is how Japanese say ao.
Whoa.
So when they say konbanwa, we say konbanwa. They don't have a diphthong.
No, they don't. Yeah.
So once you get used to, and I have to, when I'm talking, I have to remember that. I have to stop doing the diphthongs, and then they understand me better.
Wow.
But when I sing, I got used to not doing the diphthongs, and people go, "Fuck, you're not singing like a foreigner sings Japanese. You're singing like a Japanese sings Japanese." And I'm like, "Yeah, I learned the no diphthong."
That's the same thing with acting. You just gotta take not criticism, but like direction.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna change it then.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it's.
And that's kind of, when you see me rollerblading at the beach with my cowboy. The funny thing is when I put that hat on, I go into a character.
Yeah.
So I can just not worry about. I don't care
It's
if
not
anyone's.
me. This
No,
is something
I'm
else.
fucking dancing, and my body starts going with.
And you know what I tell people? I'm like, dude, he knows what he's doing. He knows he's being weird. He knows it. So like,
Yeah,
stop
it's not-
tripping. It's just he's having fun. Y'all need to loosen up, and just. But they're like, aren't you worried he's gonna like scare away like other people? I'm like, no.
Oh, did I not? When I brought the person who was doing the filming, that was her first time to open mic, and I got everyone at the end dancing like crazy.
Exactly. That's what
And
I was
she
saying.
was like, "What the fuck did you do?" And I'm like, I was so happy that you were there and I was there and everyone was there that I wanted everyone to feel as happy as I did, and I just went overboard. And then everyone started doing the same fucking thing.
Dude, it gets lit as fuck, and I love it. I love it. I've never seen an open mic like that. You
It's
know?
really good.
I'm very proud of what we've done.
So let's tell the people watching. It just went to this one cut off, but the people in Facebook land watching, we do open mic night every Friday. Last Friday you were busy.
Friday I was busy with
Okay.
some school stuff.
So come
It'd
down
be
to
like that. But yes, every Friday at 6:00 to 10. Any musician, performer, rappers, poets, they come down there, do their thing. You get 10 minutes, do whatever you want. We have a new PA system.
Oh wow.
You saw it. It was
That
there.
was good. It was
Dude,
good.
It was like from the 80s, bro. Everything we got from like.
However you did the guitar was the first time I played without a pick, and it was so beautiful because the effect was going. And so many times I play guitar and I don't like it plugged into a system because it sounds so tinny.
It's too.
You had it perfect.
Well, the thing is, it's from the 80s, so it's
Oh, it's
pure
better than
springs.
the old shit, you
Like
know,
you get the
shit.
reverb and the springs. Like you can feel the machine working, and it's not like electronic. That's what you get with like the other.
It gets a lot of treble and a lot of
treble,
mid range, and not really
Yeah.
deep sounds.
No, not resonant at all. But
Yeah.
like, and it's also a PA. Like this is like the type of PA they used back when like there was venues everywhere for like local bands, and like it was like homemade, so you know it's efficient. That's the thing about
How'd you
PAs.
get it? How'd you get it?
My fucking so my producer, his name is Isaiah. Shout out to Isaiah.
Isaiah, come on the show. We're going to talk about your recording
he's
studio.
dope. He's working in Studio West, professional recording studio. Super cool dude. He's like my age.
I think Studio West is the one that I had 3 of my songs played on 91X, and I asked Tim Piles, who does the 91X local artist every Sunday night.
Yeah.
I think he said to go to Studio West.
Studio West is like it's a very very dope.
Because I've been looking for a new.
I'll take you in one time so you can get to know the crew. But like he is like, yeah, I want to get you a better PA system. I'm like, bro, you're already making my music. That's enough. He's like, no, I got you. So he goes on Craigslist, finds this old musician dude. You know, he got a new PA system. He's like, I just need to get rid of it. So like that one box you saw at the beach, that shit wasn't even turned up all the way. If you turn that shit up all the way, it can be for thousands. I'm serious. So like, we have 2 of those and floor monitors and like this 16-channel mixer and this fucking reverb box from the 80s, bro. How much did we get it for?
And your band members are fucking really good too.
Oh my god!
So you just started. People saw you and they said, "I want to play with you." How'd you? Because I've had such trouble putting a band together.
You know, me too.
Help me out.
See,
here,
the
man.
thing was,
every band members I get, they fucking flaky and they never show up.
It's
the next
tough.
practice.
It's still like that.
Oh my
it's
God.
so tough. But like these guys, so I'll start off with my drummer. I met him in acting class.
He's good.
He just loves.
He
So
can
first
do
of all,
jazz, he can do.
he's first of all he's a pump guy, so he wants to bash in drums.
Okay.
So like I had to talk to him like, yo,
go back.
just a little bit, cause like but like I'm like just keep doing your thing because I feel like I need musicians who aren't like, what fucking key are you in? All right, cool, got it. And they just play that. And I'm like, that's cool and all, but I want you to have fun. Like you, bro, you have fun. Like you're like, what key is it? Got it. And then you just go off from
Yeah.
there. So that's how Josh was. So I was trying to find like a bassist and then a pianist. And I was like, I don't know who the hell to find. I've tried out so many people, but
Yeah.
they're all very like sticklers with like,
Oh
what
no,
key
I
are
only
we
do
in?
this, or I only will do covers, or I only do
yeah.
this band, or only.
So
oh
this-
my god, like what the fuck? We're doing a band. Let's just open minded to every idea. man.
Exactly.
Why
So
the
this
fuck
dude
you-
named Andrew, he actually went to my high school, and
Yeah.
he was like the skinny little dude, but he was a long snapper, so he was like the guy who hiked the ball, and then he got blown up by these big ass linemen, right? So I'm like, you play bass, bro? He's like, yeah, I play bass, and I was like, come jam with me one day, and he came to the beach, and like I was like, he's the one.
He was.
Because like the thing about
Jamming
a
it.
bassist is like, I've had a lot of bassists play with me, but they're too much. Like, and,
Okay.
and I don't mind that at all. But sometimes like it just doesn't fit the vibe. But with him, he's just so disciplined with keeping measure and tempo. And then when you need him to go off, he will, and he
will,
can.
Okay.
So he's very capable.
Wow.
But we just need somebody to be the glue, and I feel like he's our glue because Josh can go off sometimes, and I'm like, oh, slow down. But him on the bass, he controls melody, tempo, but then he goes off when he needs to, and then like I was like, this is great. So I play kind of R&B-ish. We got this punk rock drummer. I have this guy who
The
plays
keyboard's
bass,
badass,
and
man.
then my fucking homie Ken, dude. So
And
so-
he raps in Korean. That's so
in
fucking
Korean,
cool.
yeah. So he's this fucking dude I knew in high school as well.
He's got jazz.
Oh no, man! Let me
He
tell
can
you.
any key, man. He can
So
find it right there.
He was always under the radar. Like I
Uh-huh.
just knew him from school, but I never like really talked to
Yeah.
him. But we were cool, right? So I see him on his Instagram live, just fucking jamming it up with this
Yeah.
little tiny keyboard. I'm like, how the fuck are you doing this? Since when did you play keys? I was like, bro, we need a jam. And he was like, he saw me on there. He's like, bro, Jaden, I see you doing big things, bro. We need a jam. So I was like, finally, I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna come to your house. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. So he's like, fuck it. So I bring my guitar, we catch up, and we jam. And I was like, at first, because like I've had a lot of keyboardists play, but they're still like, they don't know how to just jam. They're like, what key are we in? And then they're still struggling to find it. But no, so with him, he was like,
He found it.
he has perfect pitch.
Yeah, he's on
So
it.
he's just like, boom, got it, okay.
Yeah, every time you guys have like someone come up and just do their shit, they never play with you guys, and then he's always like, oh, I can find that. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's so fucking talented. And let me tell you, he can play anything.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's just literally one of those guys who's like, I'm like, can you play this chord? He's like, what is that, a C-ish? And he's like, there you go, found it. I'm like, what the fuck? So
Yeah.
I got so lucky, but he's like more lo-fi hip hop, like
Uh-huh.
you know, like he does like actual beats, like hip hop type stuff.
Yeah.
So we have a fucking punk rock drummer. I'm this like R&B neo soul like indie singer, and I have this total indie like rock bassist, and then like a lo-fi hip hop, you know, pianist. And when we play, man,
It sounds so
it
cool.
doesn't have a genre.
No.
It's just very much we're just jamming.
Have you ever listened to this is way back, but what was Grateful Dead?
Yes.
Okay, the Grateful Dead, they were all, some of them were classical musicians, some were jazz musicians, some were, and their first concert was a drug test in the 60s. And they were hired as just a little side band in this whole drug test, and all these people were taking LSD, and they went and snuck some of the LSD, right? And this was their first professional live gig. Their producer just got them a gig, and they only recorded one song in the studio. They hadn't put it on the radio or anything like that. And they all started tripping. One guy's in the corner over there, one guy's over there, and they were starting playing, but they were kind of like going together, but they were all over the place. And the producer's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? This is our first paid gig. What are you doing? He goes, this is a serious gig. And he goes, if this is a serious gig, what are those purple iguanas doing in the corner? Because they were tripping out.
That's so funny. Well, dude, the Grateful Dead, man. Let me
Oh,
tell
they
you.
go off, man.
Some people are like, whoa, Grateful Dead. I'm like, Grateful Dead, dude.
They're
I did a
musicians.
musical, and one of the lines in the musical was like,
I'm gonna shut this one a little cold.
what was the line? He was like, it's in my stall. And he asked if I heard of the band, the Grateful Dead. I thought he might not be quite right in the head. Yeah, some janitor dude knocked onto this window, like, He's like bathroom stall. He's taking a shit, crying like.
So now the people watching on YouTube are gonna go like, "Fuck, that's his voice. Can I fucking hear him on guitar or what?" So break out your guitar. I'm gonna
Shit,
start.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna start a new feed on this one because this one died out.
For sure.
We'll take a short break, but we're not gonna edit out anything because this is how the shit goes. We're gonna weigh about 25,000 people on Facebook because I'm still getting used to Instagram. I have very few friends on Instagram because I've been a Facebook friend. I've been a Facebook ever since it started.
The generations, man.
Yeah, so I still don't understand how most of this works on frickin'.
I'm like that with TikTok right now. I'm still trying to.
I haven't done any of that yet.
I haven't either, honestly.
Okay, this is what it is, bitch. I hate naming them, so I just named it. That's what it is, bitch. I'll name it later. It's still going. It's still listening to me. Stop! You can't have a long name like that. Hold on. Oh, and if you have any lyrics, I want to read some before you do it. If you have it on a device or your phone or what.
Yeah, I have one.
Okay, cool. Let's.
You can listen. You can.
Let me start this up, and then we'll go over your lyrics.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm a lyricist.
Me too. For
I
sure.
wrote more poems and lyrics before I got to figure out how to do chords to it, and then I finally got it. And I still have old songs that I haven't finished all the chords to that I keep reading. Okay, this one's not gonna work. It's not.
Yeah, this one. This is the one I'm actually producing in the studio right now. I was in there yesterday recording it.
Okay, so let me get that one's on. Okay, forget the Instagram people. Not on YouTube. They're gonna have to watch later on. Another thing. I'm gonna drink some. Okay, here's the lyrics. Okay, cool. I'm gonna read it for the people up in Facebook land and YouTube. How does she say hi? When do angels cry? Why don't angels use their wings to set us free and give the dark some light? Oh my god, you fucking write the same songs as me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'm always talking about the light.
I'm very introspective.
I get into the all my songs. Some of them start out really dark, but in the middle, I change it into always go into the light. Oh my god!
I hear the way you.
That song where you guys watched the video.
Yeah.
It said, "I'm going to the sun," and that's why I'm going back to California. That's why I was going back to the sun because I was in dark Japan. I call it the dark side of Japan, where they fucking be over the Alps where it snows and everything.
Right.
Anyway, you read a little more because I'm fucking dyslexic.
Fuck yeah, I got you.
I feel that.
Or wish the world hello, a sound, a hollow tone. The echo grows while angels speak. The hearers weep, still they leave us all alone. And piece by piece the skies would sink while angels peak and watch the world erode. And it kind of goes into another,
Let's
realm.
just stop right there.
Yeah.
So are you religious at all?
I am. I believe there's a God. I feel like for me, it's a religious journey because So let me tell you just more about myself.
Yeah,
I'm from a military family.
Okay.
And my dad was he was in charge of the religious program specialist in the Navy. So he had to deal.
He was a chaplain.
Yeah, and he had to deal with all the chaplains, like Jewish, Buddhist, Catholic, Christian, and during that time, it was a hard time because my dad was going through a divorce. Oh, wow. So all these guys were in his ears telling him like, "Oh, you should convert to this religion." And
yeah, you're gonna save your marriage.
Yeah, you're gonna save your marriage if you do this and
leave
that.
It all up.
And so like they talked to me because there was no one watching us, me and my brothers. So my dad would make them watch me, and they'd always be in my ear, and I'd listen. But I was just so naive.
Everyone was trying to convert you to their faith.
Yeah, so I didn't know what was real or not because they would say some compelling things, and I was like fucking 10, bro. I'm like, whoa, chill, bro. I'm just trying to play my games. Like I'm just playing Game Boy, and he's telling me about like the fucking like Holocaust. I'm like, oh shit, really? But I was raised Catholic because that's like my family,
You're part.
So I'm
Samoan,
Guamanian, which is I look like I'm Filipino.
I plan on going to see my daughter next in Guam.
Yeah,
because that's where we're gonna meet. Because she's in Japan and
Guam's
she was
great.
supposed to start 3rd grade here in America, but
really?
the pandemic hit, so she stayed in Japan.
Yeah.
So we're gonna meet in Guam as soon as we feel it's safe enough.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah.
Have Guam, you been to Guam?
My family's from Guam. Most of them are from Guam.
Wow.
So Guam was taken over by the Spanish and the Japanese. Yeah. So I'm also a little bit Spanish and Japanese. I have some Portuguese in me, a little bit of German. But this because my people got raped and pillaged. You know how it goes. Yeah. But they were taught to be Catholic, so now I was raised Catholic.
And you have a Spanish name because a lot of the
Yeah, exactly. Because
a lot
the
of the-
Spanish
yeah,
like
they-
took over Guam
yeah.
and they gave them, you know, Spanish last names.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with the
Yeah, the
Filipinos.
Philippines, yeah.
So, but basically, we're islanders, right? And then you know, I had a girlfriend like in high school, and she made me go to her church. So then I learned some Christian stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, I can fuck with this. And then it started getting weird. We broke up, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm really about this Christian stuff, because then like people in church was like, you know, it was just weird time. So then, and I started doing drugs. And I was like, let me figure out this spiritual journey myself. You know, I started reading up on Buddhist things and just a lot of different stuff. But for me right now, I can't say I identify with any religion right now. I just feel like everyone has their own personal connection with a God, whether it's Buddha or whether it's Jesus, whether it's, you know, Allah. Right now, I just believe in love. I know that's
cool.
the only thing I'm certain about right now.
Okay.
So like, you know,
Wow.
when people have religious, like whenever they worship a God, I'm like, I'm for you, because like that's like me when I sing songs. Like I sing from the heart, and I know I don't have the most precious
So
voice.
in 2007, I released a 5-song CD that was called "Love: The Only Proven Way to Fight Terrorism."
Facts, bro.
Because it was all love songs, and I wanted to do a political protest song, but I didn't write any during that time.
Wow, that's insane.
Okay,
Shit.
so go for the song, man.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about the
Okay.
song after. That's
All
good.
right,
You read,
so,
I got the beginning. I got the angels. I got the wow.
Yeah.
I feel
So
it already.
I'll sing it for you, and I'll kind of just go over the concept. This is a song that I'm producing. I was actually producing yesterday, so it'll be out soon. But it goes like this.
Let me just make sure this is on right. Oh yeah, we're good.
And this one's a slower song. Usually I do a lot of faster stuff, but I wanted to do something nice and chill for once. How did she say hi when do angels cry? Why don't angels use their wings to set us free or give the dark some light? I wish the world flowed a sound of hollow tone. The echo grows while angels speak. They hear us weep, they leave us all alone. And piece by piece the skies will sink while angels peek. They watch the world erode. But I see colors wind all the cloth and twine. When I'm with you, I feel the glow somehow. My soul's aligned. It's how your curves collide. Whispers word where words hide. I'm down and out, I'm in the clouds. I need no wings to fly. I'm down and out, I need your mouth. How sweet your sound I find. I'm down and out, I'll flee from men till my feet could land. I'll keep this soul divine. Well, over time, and this is where my buddy raps. Actually, he's a very beautiful lyricist, and I just finished a song with this. I'm down and out, I'm in the clouds. I need no wings to fly. I'm down and out, I need your mouth. How sweet your sound I find.
all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, the chords are so cool.
Yeah.
And the whole imagery. I can't wait till that's made into a music video.
Oh man. I talked to my friend. She's this very, very talented videographer.
Oh man.
I was actually talking to her yesterday. She's like, I'm down as fuck. So
Okay, yeah.
I can't wait. We're gonna have like a nice.
If you need a guy dancing on rollerblades in the background,
You know what? Fuck, I'll keep my
because-
options open, man. I'm down as fuck. You know. Shit, I might.
Let me see your guitar.
Yeah, his name is Charlie.
Okay. So Japanese, I won a song competition, a radio song competition in Japan, and they agreed. The competition, the winner got a 3-song CD with this semi-professional local record label.
Mm-hmm.
That was all big until the last competition, which I was in. The first competition I won audience choice, and then the second competition I won grand prize where I got to do the CD. And they said, "Well, do you do any songs in Japanese?" I do covers, but you want to do originals?
I can.
So they said, "Okay, well, do you think you have some friends that can help you put it into Japanese?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I think so." So we got 2 different people to take 3 of my songs and do them in Japanese. So it's the same melody. It's the same melody. And
please.
use your guitar.
You know what? I remember
Yeah.
meeting or talking to you, and we're just jamming one day because you told us, "Yo, come jam with me." Remember?
Yeah, in the back of the
Yeah,
back of-
yeah.
That's
And
walking
And
distance.
you pulled
from here.
out like one of your books, and I was like, "This guy's fucking cool."
This is old. This is the old school before computers, man.
Yeah, man, I love it.
I have it all printed out. And I'm just gonna find. Okay, let me see if I can do this one. I haven't done Japanese in a long time.
Oh,
I remember-
can't wait till
yeah.
you're.
So originally, this song was called "Come Alive," and it was a piano song. There's one note out of tune. I can't do by ear. You know which one it is?
I think it is out of tune a little bit.
Let me get mine. Mine has a tuner thing on the side.
Perfect.
But it sounded really good when you played it.
Hey, you know, I know it could have been, but I think it's definitely like something's out of tune
Let me
too.
see if this one will do.
I'm like you. I can't really play though. If like something, I think something's just a little bit off because I'm just like,
Yeah, I feel like it's not.
That's the B.
Oh, okay, you
It's
got it.
tuned now. Yeah, it's
Okay.
tuned now if you want to use
I like
it.
your. This one has so many stickers on it,
I
and
love that though.
I those were all stickers from things I was in the America's Got Talent. I didn't make it. Ignat Benches was the guitar player, was the bass player, and Ignat Benches was in my band at the beginning of the pandemic, and
Wow.
he just disappeared, so I don't know what he's doing now. So this was a piano song, and then I made it into a guitar song now in Japanese. And the Japanese version's called Mada Chisai Kimie, which means you're still too young. And I sing it like I'm writing it to my daughter. And the person who wrote the Japanese lyrics listened to my song, didn't know what it was because she doesn't understand English. Just the impression she got, she wrote it for her son because she's a teacher also. And she's a wife of a Buddhist priest. And she wrote thinking about the kids because we taught English classes together. Yeah, it goes. 君に伝えたいことがあるんだどうかいつか来てほしい I haven't sang it in a long time.
That sounds great.
お願
man.
い君の行く道はまっすぐじゃなくて曲がりくねった道だからきっとねそんな時は遠回りしたっていいんだよ時には足止まって一休みもうい I'm just gonna do a shortened version because I can't remember all the lyrics.
Though,
But
man.
yeah,
Some
I used to-
Japanese.
I used to
That sounds
sing this in
cool.
Japanese and I had it memorized, but I haven't done any Japanese in a long time.
Yeah,
so
no, I know how that goes.
I forget the lyrics.
After the whole pandemic thing, bro, I came back up busking. I literally forgot like half my songs.
Oh
Just, like,
man, that's what I'm actually last weekend on Saturday I was gonna go bus by myself.
Mhm.
And I was gonna go bus with the girl that was doing the videos for us,
Mhm.
and then she started acting a little weird. So I started acting weird. I'm like, I don't even feel like doing it.
Yeah, energies.
So you gotta get the right energy. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get back out there and do it again because I had some great shows. I used to play downtown by 5th Street, and
Oh, yeah.
there's a bank on the corner with these bricks and stuff.
Yep.
And
know
I
what
got
you're talking about.
I got lots of tips. The best tips I ever got were on the south side of the roller coaster before they had all the dance groups that are over there now.
Yeah. Mhm.
It was really quiet, and they weren't playing the music outside in the bar.
Mhm.
And I did some really good shows. But yeah, you would usually go from like 9 o'clock till about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I never had any plug-in. And I would put a hippie blanket, and I had to put candles out, and I had my CDs, and I had my tip jars, and I got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Only one time I got $60 stolen. These two guys went dancing like up against my stuff.
Oh, fuck.
And so I was
that.
just getting into it, like not knowing that they were pulling all the tips out of my jar.
Fucking assholes, man.
And then like they disappeared. I'm like, what the fuck's my money?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
And I had video of them dancing, so I don't know which
So
one.
you just watch them do it, look back,
I
you're
didn't-
like, fuck
I
these
didn't
guys.
have the exact video of who took them, but they were all dancing around me, so I like know who. But I'm like, oh, whatever, it's $60.
Fuck it, man.
And then after that, I made like $80. So the most that one time you made 800. What's the most you've ever made? Is that the most?
I made 1,500
Oh,
once
fuck
in
yeah!
a night.
Damn, that's good.
It was a December night, like you know how Balboa Park.
Oh, I haven't played in Balboa Park, but
You gotta have a permit, but luckily I had
Okay.
one, and I set up on the bridge.
Oh yeah, I
and
saw your video on the bridge.
Oh my god!
There's
dude.
people walking up and down that
Best
bridge.
night of my life because
Wow.
like it was just me and my drummer and this fucking foreign dude from Germany I met, and he's so talented, most standard dude, down to earth dude I ever met. He was just traveling like in his fucking van, bro, like busking everywhere. I was like, you're gonna hang out with me while you're here, bro, because you're cool. So, you know, I took him around to my gigs. I made him play, and we have a great friendship now. But like, shout out to Jobu, he's a great guy. But shit, man, like we had literally hundreds of people just posted up
Wow.
around us, like watching us fucking play. It's just me and my homie just drumming, and now I'm like, dude, imagine if I had my whole band out there. It'd be
Yeah.
ridiculous. And with like this, how better I am now, and how much
Yeah.
like the better equipment we have, I'm just like, oh man. But since the whole COVID thing, I don't know if we're gonna have that December nights anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not, because it was super packed, like
Wow.
people like shoulder to shoulder.
Because they have like the Christmas decorations and stuff and all that. Okay.
Yeah, and then you know they have like once you get into the actual park, then you can spread out a little bit. But there's venues things everywhere for
Yeah.
people to like enjoy. So it was a lot of people. It was pretty much all of San Diego, and I was just like, man. So that's the most I ever made just from busking. I made some more off of like gigs and stuff, like actual gigs.
Like the one guy he was at the show last time. He said, I've donated on your Venmo. He donated for your college. He said I donated. He's a club owner. He's a restaurant owner.
Yeah.
He said he gave some big donations.
Oh,
That's
man.
totally cool.
Dude, Venmo, and I'm not
That's
even
what
talking about Venmo.
I have
either.
Venmo. I gotta put that. You have it out there. That's what I gotta get back in
that really does
Okay.
wonders because some people don't carry cash no more. So
No,
it's like
that's the hard thing.
put the Venmo up or at least the PayPal, and like, bro, they're like shoot you money, and some people are like, they don't see their money, so they just tip you like 40, 50 even, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, thank you, But
What's the largest bill you ever got?
I got just 200s.
Okay, cool.
In an envelope.
I've got envelopes
This
a few
motherfucker
times.
gave me an envelope, and I was like, "Thanks for the envelope." And I thought it was like some card because it was Christmas time.
And then after you opened it up,
Open it up,
and he's
like,
already gone. You're like,
and it was 250, so $250 in
Oh,
cash. I was
yeah.
like, bro, what the fuck?
yeah.
Oh, I wish I could have hugged that guy, but he was out.
He was
and about.
already gone. Well.
But I'm like, if he can throw money out like that, man,
Yeah.
he's chilling. He doesn't need me to say thank you. So
yeah.
but yeah, man.
I've had 7 times $100 bills in Japan. One of them was actually a $100 bill. The other times they were ichiman, which is equivalent to $100.
Yeah.
And I had a priest guy. He gave me a $20 bill, which in Japan is very rare. He had it from like a donation jar or something and I'm like, never saw a 20 in Japan. I'm like, whoa, this old. It's a 2,000
Oh
yen
my
bill. And I kept it
God.
for a while as my like luck charm. I would always put it on this stage.
Yeah.
And then I got people, like little young kid. He said he looked through his wallet and he found $100. It was like all thrash $100 bill, he studied abroad in America like 5 years ago, and he still had that $100 there, like a good luck charm, whatever, from his American trip. He gave that to me, yeah.
And you were like,
And I was like, yeah. And I've had, in Japan, they have these, what they call Mizu Shobai, which is the water district people. They're like, not really hookers, but they're like, they take old businessmen and they walk them to the train station and they dance with them and sing karaoke and they make them feel like, you know, they're all good and stuff, so they feel, and they give them huge tips and they pay them.
That's so dope.
Hourly.
Gabby is actually from Japan. Like
Oh.
she was raised there for a while of her life, so she knows Japanese too. She's been
So
around.
that's why your dog's Japanese.
Yeah.
Hana. We're gonna, if you don't mind, you're gonna come up here in a little while and you're gonna interview a little bit him. Because you can ask him a few questions that I don't know to think about, because you know him better than I do. We'll do that at the end. So, yeah, if you, in the future, let's just talk about COVID, since we started getting into that.
Oh man, yeah.
When it first started, I mean, it must have been hard for you, because you were doing gigs, and you were doing open mics, and all that shit closed down. I felt so depressed.
Dude, well, first of all, COVID just fucked everyone over.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm, sympathy and empathy for everybody out there struggling. But man, like, honestly, I was on my theater grind.
Oh, wow.
And I was like getting a bunch of gigs and acting and stuff, and I was like fucking doing it, and I was still busking, so I was like, everything's great. And then I had these fucking like 3 gigs lined up. I had one at the House of Blues.
Oh, wow.
It was just like a bar gig, like I'd be performing in their smaller stage, but I'm like, fucking House of Blues still, I'm gonna go. And then I had one for like a party, and then I had a wedding one. And I was supposed to make over like $3,000 through all of that. Gone. I was gonna use those $3,000 to like get an apartment with her and move in. We have it now, so like we're chilling, but like it stressed the fuck out of us. And then there was like that 3-month period where we couldn't do shit, and like I made no money. We were like just.
Wow.
Like, we literally walked to McDonald's, and I'm like, I have $5. I can get us both a fucking burger, and that's it for today. We'll smoke some weed and just deal with it.
And at what point did you finally go, you know what, I'm just going to fucking go out and start busking again?
Honestly, as soon as that shit opened up at the
beach.
As soon as the beach opened up, bro, I was like, no, and I told everybody, I was like, as soon as they fucking open up those boardwalks, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to be the first one there. And I was.
Oh, cool.
And that guitar guy that you talk.
Yeah.
He wasn't even there for a minute. And I'm always competing with him for a spot.
Yeah.
But like, bro, I was the first one there, and bro, I made great money because people were like, oh, he's fucking back. There he is again. So they're like, hell yeah. And I hella thought that people were like not about to take me because like COVID, but they get their unemployment check, so they're like, I got money and I'm not doing shit. So they're like, here you go, kid.
Wow.
And I'm like, thank God, bro. But like, it was good.
I was actually there was little police lines all down the boardwalk.
Exactly.
And I was going under them with my mariachi hat.
Fuck,
and the cops were going, get off the boardwalk. And I would go off, and I would come back, and I would go on another strip, and they'd go get off again, and they couldn't catch me. I'd be like, I'd be jumping over the little police lines and shit, and
those guys.
They finally just left me alone because they were like, this guy's not gonna fucking stop.
Yeah, but as soon as they took that tape off the boardwalks, bro, I was the first one there, first one busking. People were like, oh, he's fucking back. And,
that's cool.
It was so
I'm gonna
fun.
go back again. Thank you so much for giving me the courage, because I haven't yet bought a plug-in system. I've always done completely without. And
Let me
I
tell
like
you
that.
something. There's a
I'm
place.
gonna get one.
There's a place in Balboa where it's just under the bridge.
Uh-huh.
And when I just had Charlie, like just my acoustic, great money there because it has perfect acoustics.
When you first bought a thing, I want to buy one like there's these ones in Japan where you plug them in, they last 8 hours, and you can do a bass plug, a guitar plug, and a microphone plug, and it's just like a little thing on wheels.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one of those. They're called like Road Guy or something. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah. There's a ton of busking amps. Any of them will work as long as you know exactly how long it's gonna last you. But you know this already. Like,
you want a red one?
Yes. So I was gonna be like, I didn't want to be the guy to be like, how about some more? You know.
I have a bunch of bottles of wine over there.
You're so
this
cool,
is the
bro.
Kuroneko Cafe, man. Have you ever been to the Kuroneko Cafe?
Dude, never, bro.
Man, this is the you have to have a VIP like card to get in, so you got on the guest list. Have you ever heard of Club 33 in Disneyland?
I have not.
Okay, so Disneyland was founded by Disney, but
right.
33 of the biggest corporations in America donated to open the park because he was doing movies and stuff, and he said, I want to do a theme park with. He actually copied Knott's Berry Farm. Knott's Berry Farm is down the street from there, and Knott's Berry Farm was starting to grow and become a theme park, the first theme park in America. And Disney said, well, let's do something like that, but with Disney characters. And so all these corporations, so they have this club. It's called Club 33 in Japan, in the middle of downtown Disney, Old Town Disney, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And there's just a 33 on the door, and no one knows what it is. But if you have a VIP, you're on the list.
Mhm.
You knock on the door, and it opens up, and they go, "You have a reservation." Yeah. And then you go up there, and now because of the marijuana laws, all the theme parks are starting to do alcohol. But
Right.
up until 2000 something, they didn't have alcohol at any theme park. But Club 33 was the only place you can get alcohol. They served wine, and they had like a 5-course meal, and it was the same price to get into Disneyland as it was to pay for the dinner, but you get free in Disneyland. And when I went, my friend worked for GE. She was in my band. She was the singer in my band. So she was the person who at GE, General Electric, she booked the people to go to. So I'm like, can you get me on the list? She's like, yeah, I might get in trouble, but let me try.
Fuck it.
So I had a girlfriend. We went on a Valentine's Day, and we go up to the line, the ticket line, and you bypass the ticket line, and you say I have an appointment at Club 33. They go, what's your name? What's your ID? Okay. They call it in. They have an appointment. Okay, and they bring you in a little cart and everything down there, and you knock on the door. And there's this spiral staircase going around a glass elevator, and the girl goes, "Okay, welcome into the elevator." And then she runs up around the stairways as you're going up, perfectly like timing it perfect. And then right when it gets to the top of the stairway, it comes out of the glass elevator. It's just like this beautiful restaurant,
Dude,
with all these rich people from all these
sick.
corporations. Yeah, so it's called Club 33. So this
Is this in Tokyo Disney?
no in Disneyland in
Disneyland?
regular
Oh
Disneyland.
my
Yeah,
gosh,
they might
wow.
have one in Tokyo that I don't know about, but yeah. Yeah, I got into it, and no one knows about this place. So this Kuroneko Cafe is kind of like that. You have to have a VIP membership to come to Kuroneko Cafe.
I was about to say, actually, this wine is so good.
Oh, this wine, by the way, was I had a little card. Here's that card behind me. There's one right here. See this one? It was like this.
Mhm.
This one I'm going to do next. Once these 9 bottles of wine, this one's from HelloFresh. But I had some local. They do independent wine places. It's a wine club, and it was a $100 voucher, and I bought 6 bottles of wine for $150. So I only paid $50 for 6 bottles of wine. They sent it right at the beginning of the pandemic, and then it didn't come. And I'm like, I called them, and I looked on the tracker, and it said broke. All the bottles were broke in delivery.
Oh no.
So I called up the place, and I said, they all broke. Why don't you send me new? They go, oh, we're sorry, we're going to send you extra 3. So I got 9 bottles of wine from around the world from independent wine dealerships, and I looked up all of them online. They're about $25, $30.
$150 is a steal, my
No, I
guy.
got it for $50.
$50.
Because I had the $100 coupon.
Perfect.
So I got 9 really nice $25 bottles of wine for $50.
Oh, bro.
Because of the
stickers
pandemic
for
and the
you,
break-in
bro.
and everything.
Let me tell you, honestly, the pandemic, I know it fucked us all over
Yeah.
in like our path, but like I think it was for a reason, and people just need to find what that is. Cause
For
like,
each person, it's different. Yeah.
for each person it's different, but for me, like it made me take my music more seriously. I was
That's
like,
cool.
oh my god, I'm getting somewhere with this, and so I'm in a studio now. I have people who want to produce it. I have people that want to like collab with me, give me other gigs, and it's opened my eyes because I'm still young and trying to figure out this shit, this life,
Yeah, yeah.
So now that I'm like doing it, it's just so fun, and I'm like, if it weren't for COVID, I wouldn't have took my music seriously. I would have just kept busking for extra cash and kept doing the thing. But now I feel like I have a calling in this, and ever since the cafes and like the open mics closed, I was like, fuck, dude, I need to hear other people besides myself.
Yeah, you need to
I got tired of
that
hearing my
connection.
voice, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to hear other people. I need to like feel their art.
Yeah.
So, dude, I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna.
Open mic.
Yep. Every Friday, I was like, I have enough followers that are musicians already down. So I spread the word, bro. First day, list was full. I was like, okay, we can
You
get
did
used
it.
to this. And then you seen it, how it's grown now.
That actually, I had the reverse thing. I hosted open mics in Orange County at coffee houses back in the 90s, and I didn't think I had enough of my own personal material to do a whole show. So I did open mics, and I would play my songs, a couple songs, then have another artist come up, and then
Right.
I'd play some of my songs, and then have another artist come up. One night, I had the most of my friends come. No person showed up to play open mic. So I had
So
to do a
it's just
whole
a
concert
solo
by fucking
show?
self. And it was the best concert I ever did, and I was like, I have enough material to do my own songs now. Do my
Yeah.
own concerts. So I started doing my own concerts.
So it
after that.
taught you that you
It was
can
like,
do it.
yeah. And I want to say also about the pandemic. I told you I learned about Access Consciousness, which is founded by Gary Douglas. And
Tell me more about that,
okay,
yeah.
Access Consciousness is a way of knowing that you've always known and you always will know and everyone knows. So what happens is your brain is picking up the thoughts, feelings, and emotions of other people.
Mhm.
But your thymus is actually your heart chakra, is where knowing is.
Mm.
So once you turn off the monkey mind and you do they do verbal process to turn off the monkey mind, and that's actually where I started to become really like acting like I'm crazy,
Yeah.
because I realized I had the power to influence people with my energy, and I can fuck with them. And it's fun.
It's
It's fun.
funny, dude.
Because people are like, is that guy serious, or is he fucking nuts, or is he what? And I like to fuck with people like that. I'll go like right up at them when they're like freak, and I'll like fly at them and I'll spin. They'll think like I'm gonna hit them, like I
Dude,
won't hit
we
them.
were laughing so hard because you were doing ballet in front of us and we were like singing some Daniel Caesar. I was like, I fucking like this guy. And if someone has a problem with you wanting to dance, like, they need to check themselves. Because I'm like, bro, he's just having fun. So if you can't catch his vibe, bro, you need to check yours, you know?
So this access conscious, the guy who founded it, he says once you get to like knowing, and actually also the founder of my university, Daisaku Ikeda, which I consider my mentor in life, he had a dialogue with a professor of, he's a Buddhist teacher, and he had a professor of Christianity have a dialogue with him. And in the dialogue, they both agreed that religious truths can't be proven the way science can be proven, because you can't prove those things.
Right.
But he said, so what do we choose to believe in? He said, and my teacher said, you should choose to believe in that which makes you empowered, and disregard all that makes you disempowered.
Wow.
So that was his.
That's beautiful.
And so access consciousness teaches you that everything that is true will actually make you strong, and everything that is false will make you weak. So I do muscle testing. If it's true, it's going to make you strong. If it's not, I've trained my fingers. You can do it this way, yes, 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 no. No, we just will fall apart. You can do the booger rolling. This is my, I needed the booger rolling. You can say yes, 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 no. As soon as you think no or say no, it starts skipping up. So you can start knowing things that you never knew before. But he teaches people how to know things like past lives and everything like that, and future lives and everything. And he said he said that there was no way that the Renaissance in Europe would have happened had the Black Plague not happened. So what happened is the Black Plague went through Europe and it killed all the people that were low frequency vibration. People that hate people, people that want to kill people, people that were warmongers.
So a lot of homeless, like sick people. Just,
yeah,
like,
they're going to catch it because they're in a low vibrational frequency. And the virus, actually, you can muscle test. There's a book by this doctor who died recently. It's called Power versus Force. So power is knowing. Force is like, I'm going to make you believe in me and that's military might and like demanding, like the guy does when you want to rollerblade or sing by him. The guitar player is like, yeah, I don't like you, you know. Yeah. That's force. But power is the knowing, and once you have that power, and you can do it with your music touches people, it's power. Because it's like the wisdom that you awaken to when you have this.
Right.
So I think this pandemic, although it's going to affect a lot of people negatively, those who choose, like your song, to go to the light, to go to what's positive and what's empowering, are totally. That's why I don't ask you to wear a mask. I didn't ask her to wear a mask because I muscle tested for both of you. You don't have anything. I don't have anything.
Wow.
I don't think that anything actually come in this house because this frequency of this house is way above the.
Oh, trust me, we felt it. That's how we have our own little soft space. We call it the soft space.
Oh, okay.
And it's like very it's beautiful. You'll see it one day these days. But
I want to get the waterfall going.
Yeah, bro. But like we felt that when we came in here. We're like, this is nice. It feels safe. It's cozy. You have everything that you like, and you're not afraid to be extroverted. You know.
So who's someone that really influenced you musically? Or many people are.
I'd say, Daniel Caesar.
Okay, I'm not really familiar with this stuff.
Right, no worries. But like, I'll send you a playlist or two.
Okay.
But a lot of the songs you hear is Daniel Caesar.
Oh, okay.
Some Rex Orange County, but that's the mainstream.
Oh, he's from
stuff.
Orange County.
No. This artist named Rex Orange County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And even some British people like Cosmo Pike.
I love British. I grew up on British shit.
They're very, very good. Actually,
and they're very intellectual, and they're very deep, and the chord structures are more intense. They're more.
Oh yeah, Cosmo Pike, King Cruel. They're very jazzy, but like it's alternative, and that's kind of my style. I'm very alternative. I'm not sure if I can say I'm an R&B artist because like I can't do like crazy riffs. Like, and I know my voice. I know I'm not the best singer either.
But the great thing is it's getting better.
Yeah, exactly.
If I look at my first recordings back in the 90s, my God.
Yeah, me too. I was
I'm
like,
like, I was good, but it was my voice was not. I was
Right.
I was all
exactly.
constricted, and I felt like I had a cold when I listened. I'm like, did I have a cold? No, I didn't have a cold. I just
Right.
wasn't. I hadn't sung enough. I hadn't really
But,
produced the voice.
This one chick, man, she had this intense energy. I met her the first open mic I ever did at Lestat's. Remember Lestat's?
Yeah. That's just walking distance from me.
Yeah. I was like, we're in Lestat's, Cabby. I was like, oh yeah, I miss this place. But there's this black chick. I forgot her name, but you probably even know her. I'll show you.
Oh,
later.
is it Ensa?
She was like kind of not bald, but like she had short hair. She sang like with so much soul.
Oh, maybe I think I know who it is, but I think I'm friends with her on one of my either Facebook or Instagram.
Right, but she's a very down to earth person. But like she was like intense, and she was like,
Oh, that girl
yes,
about the womb and everything like
Yes,
that. Oh
her.
my God!
her.
I brought a girl.
She sang with us actually. It was
Yeah.
her, me, and Jalad.
She was intense.
She is intense. Yes.
Everything that me and this girl were fighting about that I brought to the show,
Mhm.
she started saying in the song, and we're like looking at each other like, she reading our fucking minds or what? Because we were just having an argument about this very subject. She's going at both of us, our points of view. She's like kicking them down, man.
Wow.
I was like tripping out, like this girl's channeling someone.
Nah,
man.
but she has an energy, and I'm like, I feel it. But she is a good woman,
Yeah.
and you know, she told me, she's like, your voice is at such a frequency when you really project that everyone's gonna look. You can't be afraid of it. You must use your
gotta
power.
use it.
You must use it because I know you want to sound like Daniel Caesar and all these people, but your voice is not like that.
Yeah.
And it broke me, but I was like, wait a minute. She's coming on. She said,
Because when
Listen
you
to
sang
me.
your song, I couldn't say it was like anyone else. It
Right.
was you. It was you.
Right.
And you have to have that.
and you
get
have
popular.
to, yeah.
Because you look at anyone, they're totally distinctively different than anyone
Right,
else.
and you know, like the best advice that I got from bigger artists, they're just like, you have to be completely you. Because the moment you try to sound like someone else, people are gonna know. Because audiences are not dumb. People like a lot of people who are like big companies, you know, they own shit. They're like, oh, these guys are dumb. No, they're not. They can hear when you sing from the heart. But like she told me, she's like, listen, if you know in your heart of hearts, and you got to be honest with yourself, if you think it sounds good, then it sounds good.
Yeah, don't
Period.
fucking care
And
what
if-
anyone says.
Yeah, that end of story. If you think it sounds good, then it does. But the moment you start doubting yourself, people are gonna feel it.
And they're gonna feel, and they're gonna think you sound bad because you think you sound bad.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. The head it projects all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions.
Yes.
So you gotta like once you start getting negative, like just throw it out.
100%.
Because I am here to entertain people, and if I don't believe it, they're not gonna believe it.
100%.
They're acting. It's true.
And you know what? I know a lot of people who I don't have the best voices, like, you know, like training wise.
Yeah.
But they sing from the heart and they mean it. You will feel it.
Oh my
And
God!
it's
Look
beautiful,
look
man.
at someone like Tom Petty. He had a little scratchy voice, or freaking and you listen to that shit. It like makes your hair stand up on the back of your neck.
Shit,
man.
yeah, and you're like, this guy doesn't sing like crazy
No.
riffs or have vibrato, but like, fuck, they can
No.
sing.
Yeah.
And it's all
He's
about
got
where
a
it comes from, and
sense of-
it means it.
Yeah.
It means something, you know. But yeah, that's how I started to sing now. Like not now, but like I learned that busking. Like the more I mean it, when I sing, the more I mean it.
Yeah.
The more people are going to respect it and
Yeah.
understand.
You're gonna get those that, as we talked about before, that are gonna be totally negative because they're jealous.
That is it. No,
Which is
that's
good.
True.
You know, as long as you know they're jealous, you can have compassion. You can go, okay, do your own, go into your own
100%,
fucking
man.
negatively.
100%.
I'll let you be by yourself. Go into your own negative. I'm not gonna let it affect me.
Right.
If I let it affect you, I'm justifying your own lack of self-esteem, and I'm not gonna do that.
100%. And you know, you're not gonna. And even if you are great, you see great people who people are still hating
You
on
gotta
them.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you just have to realize.
What I
that-
found out with my YouTube is the more people I got hating me, the more I knew it was gonna take off.
Yeah. That's fucking
That's a
wild.
sign of. I see a no like dislike. No one's gonna put a dislike if they don't really like it,
Right.
because they're not gonna bother disliking it.
Yeah, they're not
come
even
at it-
pay any attention. They're
If
like,
they
all
see
right.
it and they're like, "Oh, that's fucking good," and they're feeling like, "I want to do that, but I can't do it. I feel bad." They have to cause separation. They have to like, "No, I don't like this guy,"
Right.
because they're jealous.
Right.
Otherwise, they're not gonna fucking. If it's really someone that just they feel bad, this guy's bad, they're not gonna just say that shit.
No, 100%.
If they say you sound like shit, it's because they know you sound fucking good.
Let me tell
They're
you
jealous.
something, bro. Like, I've busked for like 3 years now, and now that I see so many people walk by. Like, I just know when they're gonna take me or not, just by the way they look at me. So like, I know what songs to sing. But it's more than that. Now I can like feel people's energy. I can see a couple walk by and I know they're having a shitty day, so they just sit and watch me. And they don't even talk to each other. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, I know what to sing.
Oh, in Japan, the same thing. They'll go off in the corner and they'll watch me from afar because they're shy.
100%, yeah.
And then they'll, after everyone walks away and they bought my CD, they'll come by and like throw me a $50 bill and they're like, "Thank you, man."
Yeah,
They'll walk away like that.
literally people like, I have people, like I bus by the bridge, I have people that they're like in the
Yeah,
back.
they'll go stand on the
Like,
side.
literally
Act like
in
they're
the
using
back.
their phone, but they're not. They're
Yeah,
listening to
and then
you.
like it's funny, I'll finish the song and like, you know, I got people in front, but they're not really paying attention sometimes. And then you got these like 4 people in the back, like,
fucking, this is great.
and I was like, what? Then you're watching? Thanks, you know?
Yeah.
So, but, you know, I just try to be humble because I at the end of the day, and I think people know that. Like, when I sing now, people know.
Yeah,
I don't
your voice is a very humbling, very deep, I love it. So we're gonna end soon. If you want to play one more song, I'll play one more song. I'm gonna just take a break and I'm gonna have you come up if that's okay.
That's fine.
Ask him anything that we didn't talk about that you want to reveal to the world.
Okay.
Oh.
Got some.
You can
Some
have some of
deep
this
stuff,
wine.
man. You're on the spot now.
And Hannah's on her first
Oh, Hannah.
podcast.
Hi, Hannah. This is your first time on the radio. You want some wine? But this one's yours.
This is
right?
mine, yeah. That's one.
Oh, you want a red wine?
Sure.
Okay, drink the white wine.
Okay.
Who's
Alright.
driving?
You can drive, but because you didn't
I'm
drink a
good.
lot.
She's.
We'll be fine. We're actually gonna go take a walk after this because
I'm going to the drum circle after this.
That's awesome.
It goes till
God.
10.
It
Oh,
does. It goes. It
cool.
goes for a while. Yeah.
Is this still going?
It is.
Okay, good.
All
While she's
right.
talking to you, I'm gonna try to get this one going.
Okay, so I've accumulated these based on things that I know.
Oh,
about
please
you.
introduce yourself first.
Hi, I'm Gabby.
Gabby, she does some amazing work down at the beach.
I'm a tarot reader. I do a lot of spiritual work when Jaden's not at home. So you can find out more about that on my Instagram. But, so, to you,
Mm-hmm.
because the drive comes, but like, you guys were talking about how hard it was to continue busking and finding the motivation.
Yeah.
What, like, continuously without fail motivates you to do it? And it can't be the money. Like, something that you're like, I need to go do this.
Money does bring it when you need it, but like something that continuously drives me is I just look at my guitar and I sing to myself. Like when I feel shitty, because there's some days where I'm like, oh, I'm not getting tips and people aren't feeling this, so I just end up singing to myself and I sing the songs that, and I'll even repeat them if I have to, just to make myself feel better. It's just me, the songs that heal me, because like honestly, music has healed me since I was at the lowest of lows. So I just sing to myself, and
So you find it soothing.
it's therapeutic for sure.
Yeah.
So the fact that I get to do that, and people give me money and enjoy it is a blessing. But I try to, you know, when it gets hard, I just lean into it, and I just feel the song that makes me feel good. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's really all it is. I just love music.
What scares you about doing this? Like, I obviously there are like the petty things, but like, what do you think are like the big things that just scare you about putting your music and your craft out there to be vulnerable?
Honestly, people's misconceptions, because nowadays with social media, people can say anything about you. Like, I try to be careful with what I say, but I also try to be as honest as I can. And I'm worried that if I do blow up one day, people might take a line that I might have said a long time ago that I like the wrong way, or
Bring it back up.
bring it
Cancel
back up.
culture.
Cancel culture is real, and
Oh man.
people, it's really fucked. But at the same time, I know my heart, so whatever people have to say about me, they can say. But I genuinely enjoy my art for what I bring to what I like about it. You know, it makes me feel good, and if people can find meaning in that themselves, then great, because that's what I want. But if not, they can go ahead and do them. You know.
All right. Well, I have one more question,
Mhm.
and this one you can segue into the next
Okay.
thing. How far do you want this to go? Because I've heard you say multiple times you don't want to be like international pop star fame, but if you get there, like, you know, how would you want to take your, you know, your fame route?
as far as future me allows me to keep an open mind, I'm just gonna keep going. If I think it's the best for me, I'm gonna keep doing it. And if I feel like I want to learn how to dance now and drop everything, I will do that. Whatever makes me happy, because I know a lot of people are like, you have to keep pushing for the things you really, really want. But I'm like, you never know what you want, because like 10 years down the road, I might just want to write a book or something.
Yeah.
That might be my goal. 20 years down the road, well, I might just want to play poker all day or play chess. Like, who knows? Like,
Sure.
I won't. But in the meantime, right now, I want to make music and share my expression with the world. And if that takes me really far, then so be it. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna keep doing it regardless because I like it. So, thanks for coming on. Yeah.
Alright.
And Hana says, "Mata imashou."
Hana, see you. Come on in. I don't know what's up with that one. It won't let me post it, so I can't go on.
It's okay, man.
Instagram people are gonna have to go to Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
I'll post this with YouTube on the Instagram later. I'm still learning Instagram.
Of course, I feel like life, even for the smartest people, is just like a big learning experience. Everybody's still figuring shit out.
Yeah, and they keep, every time I figure out a program, they fucking design another one. I'm like, that's too much. I can't do it.
And I truly believe the more you learn, the more you're like, oh shit, I really don't know shit. Because like you just learn about like this whole sub thing, and you're like, wow, now there's like 20 different things I need to learn about. But I feel like it's gonna constantly be like that no matter what being you are, or if you're an ant, if you're
the great thing about music is there's never, ever, ever, ever going to be a time where a culture can exist without music.
Oh no. That
I would kill myself if I didn't have music.
Me too.
I could not live on a planet without music. I would make music. That's the thing is they've tried to put people in a situation where there's no music, and they'll start singing to themselves. They'll start dancing. They'll start doing it. You can't.
Yeah.
You need it.
Yeah. Gabby told me a thing back in the ancient days, how like people who were able to play instruments, they believed they were blessed by the gods, like actual literal gods, to like play, because it's such a majestical thing, and not everybody back then was like playing fucking harmonica. They were like killing people, killing shit to survive. So like when someone's able to sit down, and it's crazy. You walk anywhere, you just see someone playing an instrument, you will stop. And even for me, even if it's not my style,
I'll try to support them a little bit.
100%.
I'll either give a tip or just clap, or I'll sing along or whatever. I try to support them.
Because I'm like, you're putting your heart out there, and that's breath, especially with singing. Breath is life. Like you need air to breathe, and the fact that you're using that air to create a sound
that will affect me of a song people. I wrote. So I'm gonna do.
Go ahead and do a song,
I'm gonna
let
you do a song, and I'll do a song.
No. I want to hear you just do your thing. I'm chilling, man.
So, in the lyrics was what you said is. Okay, let me just read the lyrics because you have to understand where I wrote this on my birthday. 2013. It's called "You're Everything and More." It means if you actually knew about who you truly are as a being, you're so much more than anything culture's ever taught you were. You're I believe everyone's an infinite being, or everyone's a Buddha, everyone's an enlightened being. They just haven't yet realized it. And it says, "In the darkest night, when I'm all alone, with the candles lit and there's no one home, but I feel like I'm touching everyone. In a tethered stream of unconsciousness where energies merge in perfect bliss, there's no such thing as separation." And this was right around 2012, and I was studying the Mayan calendar, which I have on the wall over there.
Back about
going through this cycle of the planet's gone through many, many times, and I'll talk about that later, but if we want to. It says, "What if we are coming back to where we've been millions of years ago? Will we understand everything we knew back then, that we were all akin?" And we are all akin was Socrates said in the cave analogy, that we all knew everything because we've been in the house of Hades, we've been in many bodies throughout. He talked about reincarnation in that talk. Anyway, that's where that came from. And then this is the chorus. "I don't need to hear your simple story to know you can lead a life of glory. Everything you've believed about what you are not, I'm telling you, you're everything and more."
Wow.
And it says, "In the distance between who you truly be and the lies you bought about what can be is a gulf that lies in your imagination. In an infinite world of possibilities, you're the only one who limits what can be. You're the only one who can hold you back from life. Could an infinite being ever truly be wrong? What if we are always right? What if this reality were nothing but a song? How can we sing the light?
Hey, yeah.
And then it goes back to, I don't need to hear your simple story to know you can lead a life of glory. Everything you believed about what you are not, I'm telling you, you're everything and more. Which I wrote it to all the people who going through hardship, especially during this pandemic, who think that, you know, their situation is insurmountable. There's always another, no matter how far you go down in your depression or in your struggle with finances and whatever, there's a way out of it. There's a light. There's a light at the end of the tunnel if you seek it. If you really try to dig deep within yourself and bring out why you're going through this, it's something to grow from. I believe that. And you said that a couple times, so I wanted to sing the song. In the darkest nights when I'm all alone with the candles lit and there's no one home, but I feel like I'm touching everyone. In a tiny stream of unconsciousness, where energies merge in perfectness, there is no such thing as separation. What if we are coming back to where we've been millions of years ago? Will we understand everything we knew back then? And we are all akin.
Yes.
I don't need to hear the simple stories to know you can lead a life of glory. Everything you believed about what you are not, telling you you're everything and more. In the distance between who we truly be and the lies we bought about what can be is a gulf that lies in your imagination. In an infinite world of possibilities, you're the only one who limits what can be. You're the only one who can hold you back from life. Could an infinite being ever really be wrong? What if we were always right? What if this reality were nothing but a song? How can we sing the light? I don't need to hear your simple stories to know you can lead a life of glory. Everything you believe about what you are not, I'm telling you you're everything and more. In the darkest nights when I'm all alone with the going home, but I feel like I am touching everyone.
Yeah. Dude, you have such a fucking beautiful sound, and it's
Thank you.
so from the
I
heart.
love your guitar. What kind of guitar is that
Dude,
shit?
this motherfucker I got at a swap meet.
It has a great resonance.
It's so.
That's a plug-in one you use at your shows?
No, man. This is
A
the
non-plug-in
one.
one.
This is the first guitar I used
Wow.
to sing.
See, that's
ever.
the thing is this guitar. Reason I've never done plug-in before is when I play and I do it like that with a candle, with candles and like my little hippie, and I have these little Japanese chairs that are folded that people can sit on.
Yeah.
People come around and they like, my God, it sounds like I'm at a big concert, but there's no sound system, and it sounds so.
Resonant,
powerful.
yeah.
And so I'm afraid to go plug it in because I'm afraid that intimacy might go away. You know.
That's a real thing. No, I believe it. I think.
But your sound system, it sounds so. When I played at your shows, it really sounded like intimate.
Yeah, I mean.
I gotta get the sound right. I just gotta.
I
find
think
the
it
right-
has everything to do with the artist, man. 'Cause you have some people that go up and sing, and they're not really about it. They're just up there to feel their ego. And I'm like, that's okay. You can do that, man.
Yeah.
If you want to feel good, just do it.
Yeah.
But there's some people who really go up there, and like they've like worked all month to like get it right. They like finally get to share it with a group of people for once. And I respect all of the above. Whether you want to just go up there and feel your ego, or if you want to just go up there and
When
like,
Bob
share your
Dylan got
heart.
signed to his first record deal, he had went on a road trip and he had played in all these coffee houses.
Wow.
And when he came back to New York and he played in I think it was in the Artist District, which is Gay District 2, I forget what it's called, the East Village. He came back with all that confidence of playing for people that probably threw shit at him or didn't give him the. But he just got so into like shutting all that off and just like, I am here to project what I'm saying, and people were just like fucking floored. And he got a deal like that because someone saw him.
And that's real.
And that's
man.
what's going to happen when you're really doing your shit. Like, there was a group in Japan called Monkey Magic, and they were leaving Japan, and they were playing in the top of Japan where no one goes. It's like fucking the boonies.
Mm-hmm.
And they were playing for a go-away concert for all the people that taught English, and they were going off to their master's degree program back in Canada. And some producer from Sony in Tokyo was just visiting his relatives up in the boonies, and saw them and just went like, fucking, you guys are amazing. Why don't you come down to Sony? I want to fucking produce you. And he went and they auditioned at Sony before they went home. And Sony said, fucking, I don't know what you see with these guys. They're shitty. And he quit Sony and he fucking said, stay here, man. I'll fucking pay you guys. I gotta be your producer. And now they're the biggest foreign art act in Japan because he heard them and he just said, this, I believe in it. I don't care what Sony says. I don't care what they don't see it yet. And so he talked Tower Records into like doing a once a week where they would come and play and do their CD sales, and the independent CD, they booked it in just small studios and shit, and it became the #1 independent CD selling in all of Japan, and it was just from this one little Tower Records in fucking this one little town and shit. And then after their next CD, that all Tower Records decided to put them up, and then they became bigger than all the big labels, and then all the big labels started like bidding on them, and finally,
really,
yeah. It was just like, just knowing you go through that shit where you have to play for people where some nights you have really good nights, sometimes you have bad nights, sometimes you have good tips, sometimes you don't have bad tips, but you keep going. You come back and you'll have this opportunity in front of, and someone will be in that audience that'll go like, fucking man, this guy's amazing, and this people, like the first guy David Bowie's the biggest influence in my life.
I can tell actually, yeah.
And David Bowie, his first major release is because this one gay guy who was like known in the industry believed in him and said, I'm gonna fucking make you a star. And he had already released 3 or 4 CDs that didn't do anything. I mean, they were albums then, they were fucking whatever back then before CDs.
And that would make me like.
And they were all like goofy like show tunes because he was an actor and shit. And then this guy just released his first one and he did his first hit, that Ground Control in the Age of Tom. And then he booked him up in LA with the top artists, and he booked him in limousines and big hotels and everything, and no one knew him yet in LA, and he was the only one hit in Japan, in England. but this producer believed in him so much that he made him. He like brought roadies and shit and like people to clap for him, and everyone thought he was super famous in England, and he wasn't. And that just because of that guy believed in him so much, and he bankrolled him until he just took off. And it was just one guy just that totally believed in him. And I know that's gonna happen for you or me. I'm thinking it's like some aliens from another planet are gonna take me to another galaxy because they're like, this, you have the best music in the whole planet, and no one on your planet gets it, so we're gonna take you to fucking our planet.
I fucking feel it though. Whatever opportunity that I get someday, if I can give back to my friends, I consider you a friend.
And giving them the hope. And all my songs are about hope, and your songs seem like it's about hope.
Yeah, man. A lot of that, it has a lot to do with like introspection and self-doubt and figuring out what it is that you really want and what you want to do with your life. And I think it's all universal, bro. And dude, I love your music, man.
You want to end with one last song, or do you want to just end it?
I want to end on that because that was good.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
Oh shit! And the camera went up.
We still got the Facebook Live.
Facebook, we're gonna put you up.
We're gonna have to put you up in the last one.
Woo! I wonder where it ended. It ended probably in that song.
Yeah, no, it actually ended. I saw it say goodbye. I was like, oh okay.
Oh, right after
like,
the middle of the
when
song.
you were just like on your spiel about fucking.
The last ending.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's perfect timing.
Yeah, man. Hey, you're so fucking cool,
thank
bro.
you for coming
Thank you
down.
for fucking putting this on. More people need people like you.
I'm gonna get hopefully the guy who's the producer of Tim Piles. He said he's gonna come on my show. So once you get your recording, I'm gonna introduce you to Tim Piles. He played 3 of my songs on 91X. He'll play your song right away. As long as you're a local artist in San Diego, he'll play. And Jewel got famous by she sold hers she was playing in coffee houses in San Diego. She lived in a van on the beach, in a hippie van, and she was just selling. She fucking sold all of her shit to fucking get her sound system and everything to play, and she got recognized in San Diego by just fucking some guy producer like said, "Fuck, you're amazing. I'm taking you to LA and fucking we're gonna do a CD with the professionals." And she's now all over the world. And same with who else came out? A lot of people came out of San Diego, man.
Jason Mraz.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking.
Dude, so many people. Let me tell you, bro. I love San Diego.
I read this book about. Whoa! I stepped on your. I didn't step all the way.
You're good.
I read this book about fucking. Everybody Loves Our Town, about the whole history of grunge, right? In that area. And I feel like San Diego's gonna be the next fucking big music scene, and that's what I want this show to be.
Dude, San Diego.
I want to open up to people all around the world and fucking realize San Diego's got some. Because every time I went to open mic, there's some amazing, talented people.
Dude, San Diego has some boss-ass people, man.
But it's like no one knows about them.
Because people think of San Diego as these like classy people who are like rich people. But dude, there's a lot of grunge people that come up out of the blue, bro. And they work their ass off and they put their heart out. And you're one of them. And I feel like I'm one of them, and we're all gonna fucking make it, bro.
My mom's all freaking out.
What happened?
Well, so my mom just moved here. She
From where?
From Korea. She came to Texas, and she was living in Texas for a couple months. Now she's here in America. Well, in California, about an hour away.
Whoa.
And my stepmom is one of those petty, likes to cause problems.
Oh yeah.
Jealous of me for no reason.
Yeah.
So she calls my Nana, who my mom is staying with, which is my dad's mom. So it's like my mom's ex-mother-in-law. And they've always been closer than my stepmom.